comments at all? Anyone find anything? Okay. If no comments, then we'll entertain a motion. Who would like to make the motion?
I can make a motion that we accept the, what was it, June 6th minutes,
June 4th.
June 4th minutes as amended.
Okay, I can second that. So the approval of the minutes have been motioned and seconded, and that's 3-0-0, right?
Correct.
All right. So the second item on our agenda is planning board request for comments. So we'll start with site plan approval and special permit 272, 274 South Street.
Yep, so I will share my screen.
Okay.
So this is one that the board saw a couple years ago. So it's currently a property with two commercial buildings, and it's owned by a landscaping company as well as some other tenants. So they are proposing to construct an additional 10,500 square foot building at the rear of the site, along with outdoor storage, parking, utilities, stormwater management. And the project will utilize town water and town sewer. So the tenant for the new building is unknown at this time. However, when the board saw this project in November of 2021, they did remind that any tenants that are using any toxic and hazardous waste should apply for the appropriate permits as needed. And then here is the plan, so you can see the two existing buildings. Here is the new proposed plan, or new proposed building, the new proposed parking, and then the proposed dumpsters over here.
Okay. Any concerns? Any health department concern, like wetlands? Anything?
It does look like there's some wetlands in this corner here.
But it's not within the 100-foot buffer zone.
Yes, and I can put, so this is what the board's motion I can put up at the November 2021 meeting as well.
November 16. Okay, so we voted the Board of Health to register any applicant. That's what I was going to mention, because they do mention that they're going to have an outdoor storage area. So I would reiterate our comment from the November 16, 2021. So I would be making a motion. I'll make the motion, actually. Well, actually, any comments from any other Board of Health members?
No,
I'm all set.
Okay, so I'll make a motion in regards to the 272, 274 South Street site plan approval. The Board of Health would like to reiterate the comments from the November 16, 2021 meeting, that the Board of Health would like to remind the applicant to register any applicable toxic and hazardous waste with the health department. We don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have like some landscaping chemicals, right? So
Yeah.
they should definitely.
Yeah, so the tenant that's going to occupy the new building is unknown at this time. But should they trigger that need for the permit, that they would have to apply for that through our department.
Okay, great. Okay, so the motion has been entertained. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion being entertained and seconded. Well, actually, you know what I forgot to do from the prior motion, Melissa? I forgot to ask everyone for their consent, right?
The vote. Yeah.
The vote? Okay, so we'll do this later. Okay, okay, let's do the vote. Brenda, let's start with Brenda.
Aye.
Rachel?
Aye.
And I, so that's 3-0-0. Do I need to do that for the minutes, or we're all set?
You did that for the minutes. You did that already for the minutes.
Okay, I just said 300, but I didn't ask everyone individually.
What you can, I think, is everyone in agreement with the motion as it stands? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay,
I am.
okay.
Yep, me too.
Here we are.
I apologize. It's my first time.
You're doing great.
You're doing awesome.
I'm gonna have a long talk with Richard later on. Two tough parts. Okay, so all right, so let's move to the second item on the agenda, which is the site plan approval 383 Fisher Street. Again.
Yep, so this
Okay.
is this is an existing single-family home, and they are converting the existing two-car garage to a meeting area for a church. They'll also be adding approximately 12 parking spaces, including one handicap space. There will be a new one-way entrance, which will in turn make the existing driveway an exit only, and the project utilizes town water and town sewer. So you can see here, so they're not changing the footprint of the house at all. They're just existing this garage into the meeting space for the church, as well as the parking spaces over here.
I have
Yep.
one question. Do they
Sure.
need to have bathroom facilities where they're gonna have 12 parking spaces?
That's a good point. Excellent point.
So I believe that would be under the building department's purview. I know they are, like, it's through the Dover Act that they are allowed to have the church. That's what they're utilizing as far as zoning. So I'm not sure, but I think it would be the building department that would determine that.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so this is a residency, like this is owned by a family, this house. It's not owned by the church, right, Megan?
So it was a situation where I think it was, and Melissa, jump in, it
Yeah,
was
no.
gifted by someone of the church.
Exactly. So that's why the property falls under what's called the Dover Act. So it's
Mhm.
exempt from certain requirements.
Okay, so was the whole house donated to the church or just like that project, like
The property, which would include the house.
oh, so the property also. So do we know what their future plan is with the property, or they're just gonna convert the
No,
two?
right now they're just looking to convert the existing garage to like a meeting space where the church participants will go to meet.
So is the church funding this project? Do we know?
Mhm.
Or
I'm
Okay.
not sure who they're funding, but yeah.
okay, okay. All right. So is there any health department concerns at this point?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyone would like to entertain a motion in regards to the 383 Fisher Street site plan approval?
I will try it. I will motion to approve the site plan at 383 Fisher for the existing family home to build a church meeting space where the garage is, entertaining 12 spaces for parking.
Okay.
Please change that if that's not right.
I mean, we're not approving right now.
We're not approving.
Where we're just like, we just say like, we have no specific concerns at this time.
Okay. We
That's
have no
Correct.
concern.
Yeah, it goes in front of planning board, and
Right.
we offer our comments on the project as the Board of Health.
Okay. And we have no specific concerns at this time regarding 383 Fisher Street project.
I can second that.
Okay, so motion is being entertained, amended, and seconded. And I will take a vote. Rachel,
Aye.
Brenda,
Aye.
and I myself. So that's 300. Our next item on the agenda is the newly appointed animal inspector. Dinah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring it to the board's attention. So I did write a narrative in my email, but as you last knew, we had a I believe, a couple year agreement with Norwood where we split, we had Henry and Brianna as the animal control officer, which falls under the police, which falls under the select board, and then the animal inspector, which falls under the health department. However, the contract was up July 1, so both town administrators decided to go and just independently have animal control and animal inspector services within each town. So we were able to hire Dina Walsh. She started July 1. She actually was able to start a little before then to get some shadowing. She does come from Taunton, where she was in the same position, animal inspector and animal control officer. And then coincidentally, prior to that, she worked for what was prior to Boston Carting, which is our solid waste and trash contractor, was Russell Disposal. She worked for them for 19 years. So our office coincidentally probably spoke with her every day because she was the dispatcher. So we did speak with her. So coincidentally, now she's working with Walpole directly. So she seems very eager to take on the position, kind of make it her own, and obviously work solely in Walpole. So we'll work with her on her animal inspections, the barn book at the year end, and anytime we get any new animal applications, we'll send them her way as well. So we're excited to have her on, but I just wanted to let the board be aware of this in case we have any future animal inspections that have her name on it and you're unfamiliar with who she is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm very excited that we have an animal inspector. It was, I'm sure, like Norwood was, but Norwood had 2 animal inspectors anyway, right?
Yeah, so prior to us having the agreement with Norwood, we had John Spillane, which I'm sure some of you are aware of, and John and Henry, John was in Walpole, Henry was in Norwood, but they both kind of helped each other out because they were very old school. So I'm sure, you know, if need be, and, you know, we need extra coverage, we're still very close to the town of Norwood, so.
That's great. And I'm sure that's, you know, it's reciprocal, like with
Exactly. You know, we have great partners in the nearby neighbors, so that's good.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else that we need to discuss?
So the only other thing that I had was just more to make the board aware. So I think I remember Richard bringing it up maybe at a previous call, that a colleague of his, Josh Francis, that he was aware of from being in the field. He kind of encouraged him to step in as applying for an associate board member position. So he has about 15 or more years in environmental health and safety. So Rich thought he would be a really good candidate. He agreed to it. He put in his application. I just got an email while we were on the call now that the select board did appoint him in. So he will be one of the newest associate board members. So I'll email him all of our information for our August meeting, and hopefully if his schedule allows, you'll get to meet him then.
I'm hopefully be there to welcome him since you know him in person.
Yes. And then just the only other thing is I have it down as August 13th, if that still works for everyone, as our next board meeting, which again would be remote. And then come September, we would get back to our 2 meetings of the month, first and the third Tuesdays of the month.
That sounds good to me. And anyone has an issue with the August 13th meeting? All good?
That works for me.
Okay, great.
Works for me.
All right, awesome. So if we don't have anything else to discuss, I would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting, the meeting being done by 7:47.
That's a record.
I can second that.
Aye. I'm already saying aye.
You're already voting, huh?
Yeah.
Do I hear you vote, Rachel?
Yes, aye, sorry.
And I myself. So